Shuckalugga kapow. How's it going, old schoolers? You're kicking it old school with Russell J.S., and I am your host, Russell J.S. As the recording of this video, it is Saturday, July 11th, 2026. I had just woken up, and I just had my birthday 3 days ago. I just turned 48 years old. Yay! But for the meaning of this video, I just got myself a birthday present that I got off eBay. Star Wars Classic Battles. And this is the plug in the TV games from the 2000s, but this is actually like a newly redone version. This controller is made up to look like Darth Vader. I used to have the one that was made up to look like Yoda. But what had happened was one Thanksgiving with the family, some family friends came with their two kids at the time. They were 9 and 10, boy and a girl. And for the boy, I went ahead and I set up a video game for him to play while the adults were all socializing, and this just happened to be the one, and I let him borrow it. And about a few months into it, I forgot that he had it. And I remember when I ran into him again, he said he'd get it back to me when he got it. And I said, do it when you get the chance. Enjoy it for now. But then about a month later, I received word from my parents that his father had offed himself. He committed suicide. He was a stockbroker, and back then in 2010, things were bad with the economy, and it was really sad. He was a stockbroker and he lost money. He filed bankruptcy, him and his wife and kids. They had to move into a smaller house. And one morning he got depressed and his wife had said, well, let me take the kids to school. And when I get back, we'll talk about it. So she went and took the kids to school. By the time she returned, he was not, I don't want to get dampery or drew, what do you call it? But needless to say, she found him dead in their bedroom from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. At the funeral, when I ran into the kid, he came up to me and he said that, he'll return the game as soon as possible. And I felt so bad. I looked at him, I said, you know what, you can have it. I don't hardly play it as much anymore. It's yours. If you enjoy it, you can have it. And he said, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, man. And he goes, it's not because of my father's dying? And I was like, no, not at all. I hardly play it. And you know what? I made that kid's day despite it was his father's funeral. He smiled, ran over, and gave me a hug. And you know what? That was my good deed for that boy. And, I hadn't played it since, but I recently went up on eBay, doing my treasure hunting, as I like to call it, and I found yet another one. And this one was from 2009, still in the package. Requires 4 AA batteries, and you just plug it in the TV. So we're going to have a good time. We're going to play a few Star Wars games. And remember, if you're new to the channel, hit a like, subscribe, leave comments in the box down below, ring the bell for notifications, and tell your mom, your friends, your family, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your grandma, your grandpa, your nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, grandson, granddaughter, and your pets, your classmates, your coworkers, your roommates, anybody, your pets, anybody who's anybody that likes to kick it old school. And without further ado, let's tear this bad Oscar open, shall we? All right, so here is the unit. Looks like a regular video game controller, with the D-pad, is it the navigational joystick, whatever you call it, and the 2 A and B buttons. It looks like Darth Vader's, respiratory and life support. I'm guessing this would be like reset and, whatever have you. And of course, Yep, pause, on, off, LED light. That's exactly what we got right here. And of course, the instructions in the box that, always have to come with instructions in the box. Now, give me a moment. I have to put batteries in it, and it's going to require me to get a small Phillips head screwdriver to unlock the battery cabinet. All right, we're back. I just went ahead and I put batteries in it. So we're ready to play some Star Wars games. It's funny. It's supposed to be Revenge of the Sith, yet they're playing the Imperial March from The Empire Strikes Back. Look at this. We got Droid Invasion, Coruscant Attack, Grievous Assault, Gunship Battle, Yupatao Chase, and the Droid Invasion. Oh, we're back to the Droid Invasion. I like how they put credits up there. It almost feels like an arcade game. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do... Here we go. The Coruscant Attack. I love how when you fire, it shoots off bombs from the rear. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we're attacking aerial space battle droids. Yep, there we go. There's a little thing. Yep. This is kind of like asteroids in a way when you push the B button here, where you let your fighter, and I just blew up. And so far I got 40 points. Oops. Wrong one. So, yep, here we go. We got the battle. Let's see, Droid Invasion. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. This was my favorite. It's like classic arcade in a way. Oh, this is like Space Invaders right here in a way. Or Galaxian or Galaga, except without a spaceship. Here we go. Ooh, I got a power-up. I got the power of the Force. Here, I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of looks like a goofy cartoon figure. Oh, and I died. Okay, next one. That's Droid Invasion. Grievous Assault. Oh, okay. Oh, I died again. It's been a long while since I played this, so I gotta get the hang of the controls again. Yes, blasters are so uncivilized. Kind of reminds me of an old Atari games like Haunted House and Berserk. Oh, and I died. Oh, wait, I can go ahead, put my initials in, just like the arcade. Whoops. That's okay, I'll fix that another time. Okay, Gunship Battle. Ba da 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 da. Ba. Whoa. Here, let me go get my clone troops. Oh, yeah, right here. This is kind of similar in a way. This is similar to Battlefront. You know, where you take this game right here, where you take over. You know, where you take over. What do you call it? Positions, bases, and everything. Whoops. Ooh. Oops. Get back here, you. Hey, hey, hey. Come on. But yeah, there it is right there. Gunship battle. Oh, this was always my favorite right here, where you're chasing after Grievous on the BOGO creature. Now I've upgraded my weapons. I'm collecting those hippie peace signs, whatever they are. Yep, there's a hippie peace sign. And I've lost my weapons after dying. Oh, alert. Yep, right here, you're battling these drone droids, whatever they are. And you're going to face off with General Grievous. Yeah, this guy just doesn't want to die. I'm feeling bad for my Gobo, or my Gobo, whatever that creature is. Up, stage clear. And now I'm armored. I'm armed. I'm armaded. Oh, I couldn't catch that badge. I'll get this one. Yep, there we go. You have to focus. This is one of those games where you really have to focus. And I love the sound effects they have for the laser blasts and the alarm and the lightsaber. I mean, it just gives it that authenticity. I mean, this is Star Wars product before Disney got their hands on Star Wars. This is when George Lucas was still large and in charge. Up, there he is. And I missed that hippie peace sign right there. Come here. Come on, Grievous. You are so uncivilized. Oh, and I got 9 extra lives. I love this. I actually love this game out of all of them. That and the droid invasion one as well. There's another hippie peace sign. For some reason, I think when you get drained of energy, it replenishes back. Oh, I died. So, there you have it. Originally, this was called simply Revenge of the Sith, and I remember I had the controller that it was Yoda. This one is Darth Vader. You know, I think this one looks a lot cooler, and this is like a more newer version of it. I suggest if you're into old school gaming and you love to plug in the TV games, get you one of these. I mean, it is worth. I mean, It's worth it for anybody that's a Star Wars fan like I am. And if you know somebody that's a Star Wars fan, see if you can find this on eBay. See if you can find you a new one, though, because this is, like I said, the one I got was back in 2005. This is 2009. And as you saw, it was still in the original package. Whoever sold this to me knew what they were doing by keeping it in the package. And I got it for like 11 bucks and paid $7 and change for shipping. But, it is really well worth it to go ahead and get yourself one of these. And I have to go ahead. I had to clean out my phone. I was going to make a video Thursday, but unfortunately, the video stopped, right when I was in the middle of it. I mean, right now we're going 15 minutes and 87 seconds in this video. That's where I was at until the video stopped because I had to clear some content on my phone because I did have, other videos that I left on there that I already did. And I got my cup of joe in my AC/DC Highway to Hell mug. Love my coffee in the morning. Best time to have it. Sometimes at night it's best to have it too if you're driving long trips. And you know what? These plug in the TV games are great for road trips when you're staying at a hotel or a motel and you got nothing else to do. Just plug it into the TV at the motel or the hotel and go to town with it. But like I said, I was getting ready to do a video. I was doing a Led Zeppelin CD Battle Royale, Led Zeppelin Early Days versus Black Sabbath, Greatest Hits 1970 to 1978. And I was on a roll. I'm going to redo that video probably tonight along with another one. And I also want to say, I got some comments for the last couple videos. What was it? When I put Led Zeppelin 4 against Leonard Skinner, and I had said that I preferred Stairway to Heaven over, I preferred Simple Man over Stairway to Heaven. Yes, Stairway to Heaven is overplayed to death. I don't know in your neck in the woods, but here, down here in South Florida, the rock stations just play it to death when they know good and well Led Zeppelin has got more plethora of hits than just Stairway to Heaven. I mean, what about Whole Lotta Love? What about Heartbreaker? What about Immigrant Song or Kashmir? Or, or what is it? Since I've Been Loving You, Communication Breakdown. But the radio stations down here play the life out of Stairway to Heaven more than they do Simple Man. And same thing when I did the Metallica versus Nirvana. Yeah, down here, Enter Sandman gets more airplay than Smells Like Teen Spirit. And I gotta say, there's more Metallica fans here than there are Nirvana fans. And don't get it twisted, there are the share of, Nirvana fans. It's all equal, is what it is. But, I just want to go ahead and know I'm not smoking crack when I say that I prefer Simple Man over Stairway to Heaven. I mean, come on, look at me right here. I mean, you watch enough of my videos, I'm pretty healthy. If I'm smoking crack, then I'm pretty healthy for a crackhead, But, I'm not trying to start any kind of argument or debate. It's all a matter of opinion. Sometimes it's just a stroke of fate, luck of the draw, whatever have you. I mean, that's why in many ways I do the coin flip when songs are tied or albums are tied. I want it to be a fair fight, kind of like Rocky's first fight with Apollo. But at any rate, that's all the time I got for this video. Remember, keep it real, keep it fresh, keep it chill, keep kicking it old school, play old school video games, watch old school movies, watch old school TV shows, listen to old school music. Get you enough of love, get you enough of peace, get you enough of tranquility, get you enough of less chaos, no chaos, less drama, no drama. And with this being said, because it was a Star Wars referenced video, I could really actually say Godspeed, may the force be with you always, and shuckalaka kapow. See you in the next video.